Hello and welcome back to another video on the WrestleMania. It's another edition of WRAW 10. Big show today. Of course, we've got all of the fallout from WrestleMania Backlash. Lashley retained. In fact, I don't think a lot changed on the Raw division, but we've got some new feuds started. We have someone eaten by a zombie, so let's get straight into it. MVP and Bobby Lashley kicked off Raw and proceeded to celebrate last night's title defense. MVP bragged about how badly Lashley beat up Drew and Braun before issuing an open champ. Drew McIntyre interrupted MVP and could finish talking. Drew wanted to face Lashley again, but MVP said he couldn't. And how many bloody opportunities does he want to get? But anyway, moving on, so we got to AJ Styles versus Elias. Elias and AJ just had a bit of a stranglehold early on. AJ got a huge kick on before Elias hit a spine buster and then a drop kick, taking control. AJ came back with a Pele kick before the Drifter charged at Styles, but AJ hit him with a drop two hold. He was about to hit a phenomenal forearm, but Jackson Riker interfered, earning AJ a DQ win. I'll give it a 6 out of 10, a fine match to kick off the show. Backstage, Riddle was talking to the New Day and Randy, and he wanted to combine the two teams. He asked Randy to apologise to the New Day, and instead Kofi and Randy ended up getting into a fight and decided to have a match later. Before Alexa was at her playground with Lily backstage, Natalya said hers was her favourite colour was pink, and Tamina threatened Alexa before Bliss said that Lily liked Tamina after she beat up Reginald because the tag team champions just appeared out of nowhere. But anyway, Drew Gulak versus Angel Garza once again. Gulak was angry and unloaded on Garza early on before Garza took control and eventually got the wing clipper for a quick win. Garza shoved Will Rose into Gulak's mouth after the match, and I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Kind of just feels a bit repetitive, to be honest. Cesaro became new 24/7 champion when he snuck on R-Truth backstage before Randy Orton took on Kofi Kingston in that match. Randy got the upper hand early on. Back in the ring, Kingston got a big splash for a 2 count. Orton grounded Kofi again before Kofi hit a drop kick and looked to have injured his shoulder in the drop kick in the process. Kofi then took a power slam before Orton was distracted by Woods, allowing Kingston to get the surprise roll up on Randy. Orton walked out the match after the match while Riddle went up to the New Day and pushed Woods away. Kind of spicy, to be honest. 6 out of 10. I enjoyed this. Before backstage, Naomi and Lana were arguing with Mandy and Dana about who should get a tag team title shot. Charlotte showed up. Sonya Deville told Adam Pearce that the Queen should get a women's title shot if she beat Asuka tonight. Rhea Ripley showed up next and said that she wanted new challenges, not Charlotte. I agree. But anyway, we then got the tag team's title match between the previous and the current. Jax took out Natalya right off the bat before Shayna tagged in. Baszler went for the arms of Natalya before Tamina got the tag in. Tamina took her down on Raw and lifted Baszler on her shoulders when Alexa appeared at the ramp. Reginald was near the corner when a flamethrower went off in the match close to Reggie's face, sending him flying backwards. Nia was distracted by what happened on the champs and went for the heart attack on Baszler to get the win. I'll give it 5 out of 10. To be honest, I didn't really think we needed this match. But anyway, Lily was laughing after the match and it looked like the untimely fireworks was what she was doing. Sheamus was then in the ring and called for Ricochet to return his jacket and hat. Ricochet instead showed up backstage and mocked Sheamus before he then got a match. Sheamus tried to attack Ricochet during the entrance, but Ricochet got on top, but after the bell was rung, Sheamus managed to gain control and battered Ricochet. Sheamus sent Ricochet into the ring post outside before Ricochet reversed the Celtic Warriors insert offense and unloaded on the champ before breaking the Irish Curse backbreaker. Ricochet hit an avalanche Spanish fly, but Sheamus managed to kick out. Sheamus hit a brogue kick for a near fall. And then the Celtic Warrior hit another brogue kick to get the win. After the match, Sheamus hinted he could answer Lashley's open challenge. Spoiler alert, he doesn't. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Actually, no, I won't. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because you're just making Ricochet look like a dick. Sorry. Kingston T-Bar then threatened to end Bobby Lashley's title run in the backstage promo. I thought they were friends with him a few weeks ago. Bloody hell, I can't keep up with this show. But anyway, we then got Asuka v Charlotte. Asuka hit a dropkick early on, and the Queen took control eventually and sent Asuka to the outside. Rhea Ripley came out to spectate, and Charlotte tried to use this distraction to get a pin. After the break, the 2 superstars were on the mat and traded pinfalls. Charlotte failed to get the pin and was started to get desperate. Asuka got the hip attack on Bulldog for a near fall before both women traded big boots and Asuka countered the natural selection. Charlotte was trapped in the Asuka lock and managed to get to the ropes. Flair sent the Japanese star into the announce desk before taunting Ripley. Flair then sent Asuka into the ring and Ripley got knocked on the apron Oscar capitalised on the distraction and rolled up Flair for a big win. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10, or maybe a 6 out of 10 actually. I think it's a good match, but it just seems directionless. They're just going the same old thing, and Oscar winning just kind of delays the inevitable, in my opinion. Next up on Raw, John Morrison was backstage on Raw and said The Miz may never be the same again after WrestleMania Backlash, and only take on Jamie and Priest in a lumberjack match, and there weren't zombies this time, so that's alright. Priest hit an early forearm and a sling blade, taking Morrison down. The Archer of Infamy was then thrown to the outside and took a beating from the lumberjacks. Back in the ring, Priest hit a big stomp on Morrison, who slid out of the ring, and Nikki Cross threw him back in. But anyway, Priest then hit a modified DDT on Morrison before Priest took another big beating from the lumberjacks. Morrison tossed Priest into the crowd before Cedric Alexander and Shelton broke into a brawl. Priest reversed the top rope setup and hit a suplex to the outside, cleaning the crowd. Back in the ring, Priest hit a Hurricane Rana and a hit the lights for the win. And then after the match, he said that he would accept Lashley's open challenge, but spoiler alert, he doesn't. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Weird but wonderful, kind of. Next day, Shelton Benjamin said that he was in for the open challenge before Cedric came in to taunt him and he was beaten down. Spoiler alert, neither of these take the open challenge, but we did find out who took the open challenge. Kofi Kingston. He came out after MVP called the open challenge, and it looked like we were heading for a WWE title match, but they bailed out of it later. You'll see why. The main event was about to begin, and then Lashley did his time. But anyway, Kofi unloaded on Lashley after the bell rang before Kingston got out of a vertical suplex and hit some big drop kicks. Kofi hit a dive over the top ropes and Lashley looked to be in trouble. Back on Raw, Lashley was back in control with a huge elbow into the corner. Lashley got the vertical suplex before getting a near fall. Kofi managed to hit a DDT on the champ before hitting a big dive. Woods managed to interfere, but was sent to the back. While the ref was distracted, MVP was about to hit Kofi with his cane, but Drew McIntyre walked in, took it away. Drew then hit Lashley with the cane. Kofi took advantage of the distraction for the win. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. Obviously pleased that Kofi won, but you're kind of making your WWE champion look a bit stupid here. And can we just end this Drew McIntyre feud now? It's run its course, really. If we get it at Hell in a Cell, to be honest, I'm not going to be best pleased. Raw this week gets a 5 out of 10 from me. I wasn't best pleased with this Raw, to be perfectly honest. I mean, there were some good bits on it, but it kind of just feels like we're going in an endless direction with some of these feuds that don't really get to any endpoints. I just hope WWE has a plan, but it doesn't seem like it. But anyway guys, that's the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.